Today I'll be taking a look at the Hyper 212 Evo from Coolermaster. It is the next generation of the Hyper 212 Plus. It fits the 2011 socket as well as AM2, AM3, AM3 Plus, and the FM sockets, and all of the Intel sockets back to 775. It comes with one 120mm fan. There are direct touch copper heat pipes, 4 heat pipes that go up through the body. The aluminum fin spacing is fairly close. They're a thicker sort of high quality aluminum fin. The fan is designed to cut down on noise and run at variable speeds. It has a pulse width modulated 4-pin fan connector. Comes with a backplate for both AMD and Intel sockets. A bag of accessories. There's a mount for another fan. It comes with a hexagonal cap for mounting screws into the backplate. It comes with thermal compound, a screw-on retention plate, retention bracket. It comes with an Intel LGA 2011 set of screws for the backplate, some rubber pads for an additional fan, and screws for the mount. It also comes with a piece of brown paper, and I use that for spreading around thermal paste. There is a secondary set of mounting instructions for the 2011 socket that come with this kit, and also the AMD and Intel previous instruction booklet. And of course the warranty information. Now I'm going to mount it on a 2011 socket just to show you how that works. The 2011 socket has a 2-stage retention bracket, and it is a fairly large chip. There's a triangle in the corner that indicates the position, and on the socket there is a notch missing from one of the corners so that you know exactly where it's facing. It's also written on the bracket itself. It's pretty straightforward. When both of the arms are secure for the socket, apply your thermal paste. And I like to spread it around a little bit using that paper, again the paper that came with. I feel that it is important that you spread out the thermal paste. I like to make sure that there is a thin layer coating the entire surface of the processor. I like to spread the thermal paste out from the center to keep any missing spots or air bubbles from forming. The bracket for the bottom of the heatsink has some notches that allow it to lock in place with the outside in different positions. For the 2011 position, it looks like what I have here, and it locks into place with a small peg that comes out of the bottom of the heatsink. The screw points for the 2011 socket are screwed right in. There's no need to put on a backplate. The bracket for the processor is the backplate for this CPU cooler. When the heatsink is on top and the bracket is in place, I like to screw down the opposite corner points one at a time across from each other, starting with one set and then moving to the other set until all 4 are in place. Here I am installing some really tall RAM. This is Corsair Vengeance, and you can see that it doesn't block the Vengeance from either DIMM slot. You could essentially have 2 fans mounted, one pushing and one pulling, without interfering with any of the RAM for this socket. So there's plenty of RAM clearance. Vengeance is some of the tallest RAM out there, and the heat spreader doesn't touch at all. This CPU heatsink comes in at about $30. It is a budget heatsink. For anyone building for a 2011 socket processor, they're going to want more advanced cooling than this. But for $30 you can't go wrong with a heatsink that works this well. The temperatures are actually pretty good for a single tower air cooler. The Hyper 212 Evo is definitely a great CPU cooler for the price range. This has been Daedalus PC.